India can be a green superpower. Let's rewrite that story. Let's write that story together.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chengkai, an NXT Fellow and a Schwarzman Scholar. I came to Delhi thinking I'd be talking about climate change, but that's not what people here are talking about. What I kept hearing in every session, every conversation was one word: independence. Not independence from carbon, independence from other countries, from Russian oil, from Gulf gas, from the geopolitical strain attached to every barrel of crude oil. That reframe is powerful. But after 8 days here, I want to push back on this a little. India imports 90% of the oil it consumes. Before Ukraine, Russia supplies 2% of that. Today, it's a third. For a country built on self-reliance, what India calls Atmanirbhar, that is a serious problem. And renewables are the obvious solution. Solar is Indian, wind is Indian, the great rivers of India is Indian. The sun does not send you an invoice, Russia does. So what has India actually built? Quite a lot. Last year alone, 30 gigawatts of new renewable capacity. Total renewable crossed 220 gigawatts. Solar passed 100 gigawatts for the first time. Paris climate target hit 5 years early. I heard Erik Solheim, the former climate minister of Norway, describe a 7 gigawatt solar, wind and storage facility built by an Indian company in Andhra Pradesh. Nothing like that in Europe, nothing in America. Only China has done something comparable. Solar with battery storage is now cheaper than ever, cheaper than coal. People are not doing it because of ideological reason. People are going green because it's cheaper. But here is where the optimistic story lives out. China makes 90% of world solar panels and 70% of its batteries. Solheim said it himself, any country going green without China will do it slower and pay more. India's renewable build has depended heavily on Chinese imports. The installation jobs are Indian, the technology isn't, at least not yet. India wants to manufacture its own panels and turbines for the world, but right now it is competing with China in green manufacturing, or depended on China to fund its own transition. That tension is worth noting. For all the impressive numbers, non-fossil energy still only supply about 25% of India's actual electricity. That figure has barely moved. Meanwhile, India has proposed a record amount of new coal capacity last year. The government told power companies not to retire any coal power plant before 2030. Coal production just hit 1 billion tons, a record. India and China together accounted for 87% of new coal power build globally. India is not transitioning away from coal. It's building renewables on top of it. Those are two very different things. By 2047, the centenary of independence, India wants 90% of its grid to be green. One study puts the price at 48 million jobs and $4 trillion in investment. But capacity isn't generation, and targets are not trajectories. America has walked away from the climate leadership. Europe is too divided to fill the gap. That leaves India to step up. The resources are here, the scale is here, the economic logic is here. What is needed now is the political courage to make the hard choices. India can be a green superpower. I believe that after being here for 8 days. But the ending depends on decisions that have not been made yet. Let's rewrite that story. Let's write that story together.